Hello, welcome back to Tushington Hall. Are you well? One does hope so. One's been frightfully busy since one's last broadcast, researching one's prospective new role in public life. And I was quite taken aback by the jolly generous terms and conditions of employment for members of Parliament. For example, can you believe that in addition to one's salary as a member of Parliament, one will be entitled to financial help with the following: employing one's staff, accommodation in London, and travel expenses between Parliament and one's constituency. I say, that's a splendid opportunity to give the Bentley a regular run. It barely gets out of third gear on the rare occasions that we get it out on the lanes of Booby Dingle. It'll be a chance to give it a good thrashing on the M4. Now, I know that one's Bentley, which does approximately 12 miles to the gallon, isn't strictly in keeping with the idea of a carbon-neutral mode of travel, but the Bentley's a classic. A first-rate exemplar of British motor vehicle design and engineering at its best. Do you know, if my Bentley were an aircraft, it'd be a Spitfire. And congestion charge or not, well worth keeping on the road at taxpayers' expense. I'm sure you'll all agree. And most exciting of all, did you know that when one's elected to Parliament, one will be able to enjoy subsidised meals and refreshments at any of the many Commons bars and eateries? I think that's jolly decent, unlike my husband, the Brigadier, who deems it as well-paid, useless bastards taking the piss at taxpayers' expense. A rather harsh view, in my opinion. According to Binky Farlington, these menu tariffs are on par with Wetherspoon's meal deals. And Binky knows about these things, as she and her stockbroker once had a business lunch at a Wetherspoon's establishment, and both left feeling tremendously refreshed indeed, with change from a tenner each, apparently. Absolute bargain. Binky has all of her business meetings at Wetherspoon's now. Oh, I'm raring to go. I'm positively champing at the bit to get started, to make a difference to the lives of my constituents. The first thing I want to do is to reform the way our village is policed. So I'm afraid PC Smithers' request to upgrade from his push bike to an electric panda car with a shockingly limited battery range just won't do. So I'm proposing to replace his bicycle with a horse. Yes, it is a rather splendid idea. I'll teach him to ride myself, of course, and I'll also provide a suitable animal from the Tushington Hall stables for a small fee. One's always rather liked the idea of a mounted policeman. And the horse is the ultimate all-terrain vehicle. I'm also proposing the use of the taser for offences committed within the village, including playing your wireless rather too loudly in your car with the windows down and dropping litter. We don't have a litter problem at all here in Booby Dingle, and we jolly well want to keep it that way. So I rather think the threat of 50,000 volts going through one will be an excellent deterrent. I'm sure you'll all agree. In my next broadcast, I'll tell you all about my first hustings, which is happening in a few days' time. I'm awfully excited. Well, I'd better get on. One has so much to do to make sure it all goes swimmingly on the night. So, this is all for now. Cheerio. Hello? Oh, good morning, Binky. I'd love to come to luncheon. Wetherspoons at Lower Minge. Fish Friday. Oh, right. I'll see you there at 12:30. Oh, what's the dress code?